Hello, lovely people. How are we all doing today? I hope you are looking forward to a little bit of crafting time with me. It's Angela, and very warm welcome to you today to my channel. Right, I hope you've been watching all the tips and tricks and hacks for the junk journal collaboration with Rachel. I was watching a few people and I've loved what I've been seeing, so I'd encourage you to go and have a look. Now, not to do with that particularly, but I was watching Julie last night from Camellia Crafts. If you haven't seen Julie, go and pop over to her channel. She is a lovely lady with such inspiring ideas, and she always makes me laugh. So I do encourage you. I'll put Julie's link in my description box below. Now, Julie did inspire me because I do love a one-page pocket folding project. And she was making one with book pages. So I'm going to show you how to do that based on what Julie was sharing. And then I'm going to do one with a piece of tea stain paper as well. So I hope you're going to follow along. Right, so I've got a book page that I've taken from one of my books. It's got that on the inside and that on the outside. I'm not too worried about it. I was really looking for a full text page, but this one would work just as well. And I've just loosened it from the book by snipping the strings, as you've seen me do before. But really, if you don't have a book page, a tea stain page is going to work just as well. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I did with these quickly, just how I fold them and everything, and then we're going to decorate them, and you can use those in your journal. All right, so it's really not difficult. All you need to do is take your book page, and you can see it's very close in size to an A4. This is an A4 page, so we're looking at 8 1/4 by 11 and 7 3/4. That's it. But it's going to work fine if you've got a US letter size as well. So it doesn't matter. Any book page, any size, doesn't really matter. I'm not going to give you measurements. I'm just going to give you suggestions of folds and things like that. All right, because everybody's book pages are different. Right, so let's just put that one to the side for the minute. What I'm doing here is I'm going to turn up the base here by about 1.5 inches, there or thereabouts, and I'm just using my board to do this. So that's what I'm doing there. I like to start with the base. I can't remember how Julie started, but you know, everybody does things slightly different. And then you want to take the top piece, and you can either fold that into the fold there like that, or what I'm going to do in my case is I'm going to lap it over. Now, a good tip that Julie did give me, and it's one that you would be really useful for you as well, is that if you're wanting to use the text and have it upright on the inside, then you want to make sure that the text, when it looks at you, is upside down. So that was really handy. You know, it's up to you, whatever's important. So when you turn this up at the bottom now, let's try that again. 1.5 inches, I'm going 1/2 and 1 inch, and this is just approximate, guys, so you know, we don't need to use a ruler here, you know, and I am a stickler for details, but I promise you in this case it's not required. So I just want to turn that over. Now I'll bring this bit over, and as I said, you can either tuck it down there, make it narrow, but I wanted mine a bit wider based on the book page I have, and I'm going to just match that up like that. Okay, so just keep the edge straight here, keep those edges straight, that's the most important. And I do love using book pages because they're lovely kind of quality of paper in most cases. All right, so there we go, that's what we've got. We've got a little tube now. Now the writing on the inside is on the upright, you know, facing the right way, which is lovely, as she points out. The writing now on that side is upside down, but I'm going to put some information on there. All right, so that's step 1. Let's do that with this piece as well. So we don't have to worry about text here. So again, I'm just looking for 1.5. We'll turn that over there, match up the edges, and go like that. All right, and then again I'm going to, you can fit it in there if you've got a very wide page. It's going to make it narrow, but I'm happy with, you know, just sort of matching it up the best that I can. And really I'm just overlapping it, so I'm just getting those edges matched on the edge there. And there we go. All right. Right, now what I want to do now is I want to fold this over. So again, we could fold it directly in half, but I need to have a bit of a flap, so I'm going to move that down a bit. Right, so how long is that? Again, about 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inches. It's a guesstimate. Okay, take your bone folder and go like that. Perfect. Same with this one. All right, that is the natural fold line, the halfway. We don't want it quite up to that mark, so we're going to just fold it over like that. And again, I'm going to go with 1.5 inches there or thereabouts, and just press that down. And you can take your bone folder and burnish all those folds nice and flat. Now just make sure that everything is you know, lying neatly on top of each other, like that and like that. Okay, right, what we want to do now is we want to fold the flap over. Right, and I'm going to leave a little bit here, so probably like just short of 1/2 inch, and I'm going to just turn that over. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm happy with that. This is just how you feel you want it. Now, I haven't buffed it right up to the edge there, just because I don't want this to get stuck, but also I will be trimming this in a minute. All right, so let's do the same with this one then. Just leave a little bit of a gap like that, and fold that over there and there. Get in there, and then you want to just make that nice and smooth. Right, now if one is sticking over slightly like that is there, then just go back to your bit over here and fold it in a little bit, because obviously I didn't get it quite straight, and that does happen. So you want to just make sure that you've got that not going over the edge there, and that's perfect now. All right, okay, so that's what we've got at the minute, 2 of those. Okay, so we've opened this up now like that, and we want to fold that up like that. Now we've got our little lines over here from our flap. I want to just cut those away, and I'm going to just put that onto this line here. So I'm just taking my pencil and drawing a line straight across there. That's where the dent is for the flap. This is just to reduce bulk, and also we're going to cut it away. All right, now you want to cut that off, so let's do that quickly with our scissors. So there, and then into the crease line as well. So we're just going to be able to use the inside pocket as a little secret spot, which, you know, I love a secret spot. Lots of secrets. Right, so there we go. We've got that there. We can glue this one. Okay, so because I'm going to I wanted this to be wider, I am gluing this down. Now before I stick it down, I just had a realization. I want to just put some glue in the middle bit here, the main fold, and that's just so that when I push that down, it's going to prevent the ephemera sliding across. Okay, and I'm going to put some glue on there too, and I think it'll just be a little bit there, not that much, and we can put that down. Right, All right, so we've got a little tube there now. It's stuck in the middle, and you've got an opening there and an opening there. Okay, I have now glued this bit here because I wanted this wider. If my page was wider, and you can make it narrow, it's all up to what's going to suit you. All right, let's do the same with this one. Okay, there we go. Same thing. All right, so you've got an opening there, you've got an opening there, so that's great. So little hidden spots, and then that can fold, and we've got our little flaps. Now this flap is going to go like that. Just check that it's not overlapping anywhere, so it's neat. I just want to give that a little bit of a burnish, yeah, and on that side as well. So that looks great. I think I'm going to just round the corners quickly. So let me grab my punch. Okay, so I've just grabbed my corner punch, and I'm going to just round the corners. As you've heard me say before, you can always use, well, a punch that's going to work would be a good one. Or use, you know, a template that you can either make yourself by cutting a piece of card, or something just like this, where you've got a rounded edge, and just draw with your pencil and cut around it there. Okay, so I've just rounded those corners. Going to use the distress ink. I've distressed ink most of this, just lightly, but however you choose. Yeah, so we've got that there, and I've done it all around there as well. And I've rounded those ones already. Now I'm just taking my punch here, so any punch that you have, I just want to make a little thumb notch there, so just to be able to get whatever I put in there out easily. And I'm going to do this, but only on the inside of this little pocket, like that. Okay, right, so I've done that one already. There we go. So this one can just get a little bit of inking over there and over here. There we go. And then I'm just going to ink it around the edges there as well. I did the rest. Okay, so there we go. We've got that there, and we've got that one as well. Right, now what I want to do is I want to add the pockets. Where Julie used this to make her pocket, I wanted mine slightly wider, and that's just personal choice, so you don't have to do this my way. All right, go and have a look at how she did hers. Right, this is going to now go over here like that, and it's going to make a little pocket just there. I just need to cut that, but it's a bit longer than the other. Right, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here as a little pocket. So that's that side. This is just my background paper from my book Lover's Bliss, and I'm going to put it into that journal. And I'm making both of these so I can have one in each signature. Right, I'm going to, now when you're sticking this down, don't buff it up right to the fold line. It's going to hamper that. So I have cut these before the time to size. There we go. All right, now a bit too much glue there, and probably a little bit on that corner. Right, and then we'll stick some here as well. So that's the right side up. All right, so let's put a little bit less glue on this one, Angela. Okay, and then we can just stick that down as well. Again, not into the fold line. There we go. Okay, now I should really cut those off, so let's see if I can do it with this. Oh, perfect. It's just going to annoy me, so it's got to come off. All right, so we've got that there. Okay, that one I did a bit too much, so now I'm going to have to do the whole thing again. That's all right. You see, things can happen, but it's okay. It's got a happy ending. All right, so we want to do the same. So I'm going to do the same quickly with the other one. I'm using different paper. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to get that one in there and that one in there. So I'll see you back. Okay, so I've stuck these little pockets on here. There we go, and I've just snipped off the little corner there, but they stick well. And then while I was at it, I just decided to do a little bit of stenciling on the inside there of both of those, which I thought just prettied it up a little bit. All right, so we've got that. That's going to close really nicely, and that as well. And then what Julie did as well, she stuck on these little tabs and used Velcro dots. And you know I'm a big fan of the Velcro dots. But you can use magnets if you, or different, you know, the coin type envelopes with the little discs and the string. You can do that as well. So go and use whatever works for you. That's my advice there. Now on this one, that's going to be the front. Just keep your pockets so that you know that's the front. And I'm going to stick this little tab just in the middle here quickly. So we are looking at this point for the center, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, just pull that up a little bit. And then we can just stick that down like that. Okay, I'm going to put a little Velcro dot on there at the end, and then the same with this one. There we go. Right, so we've got those two. Now I want to just decorate them quickly. So I've been using bits and pieces from my scrappy bits and things and fussy cutting out things. So I was just going to share with you what I am going to do here. So I've just grabbed a few bits and pieces quickly, and I'm going to stick them down on, let's start with this one. Okay, so just little bits that I've torn into like little rectangles, nothing fancy. You can use your glue stick for this if you want. And I'm going to just stick them down like this. I've got another little bit of book page and a little bit of my cream background page. So they're all lying there in my scraps for this project. So anything that matched with this I've pulled out, and that's what I'm using. So I'm going to stick this one down first like that. I like my art glitter glue for sticking down things as opposed to a glue stick. I only really use a glue stick, and this is just my own personal preference, so you know, don't feel that my way is the right way. I only use a glue stick if I am going to sew, because I don't trust that it's going to last long enough. So that's my concern with that. But you know, everybody has their own choices, and nobody's to say that theirs is the right way. All right, so I've got those 3 pieces on there so far. I have cut out from my background page, that's from, you grab it over here, this here. I have cut out one of these from there. I'm going to put it in the corner there. I think that's just going to lift it completely. But I've also pulled out 2 die cuts that I thought would pick up the colors here. So I've just got one of these that I'm going to stick under there, and one of these that I'm going to stick over there like that. So let me do that. You can watch me do this at speed. How's that sound? So that's what I've got with that one so far, and I'm just mindful of where the tab's going to stick. And then I've just taken one of my little sentiments, cozy up with a book and a cuppa. Gosh, that is pure bliss, isn't it? Definitely this time of year, that's what I like to do. And a little biscuit with a bite out of. And those are my favorites. Chocolate chip cookies. Can't go wrong with that. So I'm just looking where this is going to fold down to. So I'm going to have it, I think, up about here. Like that. And I might just put the cookie on that side. Yeah, so let's stick that down. Right, and then that's almost one done. Okay, let's just check again. Yeah, it's here. So that's where that's going to go. Happy with that. And then I just took out, this is one of the elements from the background pages. And you know that I love cutting out those and using them. It's lots of fun. Right, and we'll just put the cookie over there. Yeah, so there's our one little one done so far. Now I've got another one to do, and I wanted to share that one with you because when I did my junk journal tips, tricks and hacks, we made a couple of elements that, well, this is one of them that I made. So I'm going to use this now and show you how we can add this to our little bits and pieces over here. Right, so again, I've been in the scraps and I've got 3 that I have again just grabbed, and I'm going to put them on just over here. So let's just start and put them down. Okay, so again, the background page, I like a little balance between the lighter and the darker. So any scrap, as I said, that you've got that you think is going to work for this, whatever journal theme you're working on, grab it and put it in the bowl because you will use it, and you can't go wrong with music paper. I do love using music paper. It is a fantastic quality, and I think being really old, it's sort of got a nice snap to the tear. I don't know if anybody else thinks about that, but I do love it. I love it. Right, and then we've got this little bit here. Again, one of my little background pages, and I've just made these into sort of rectangles. And like I was saying on my video, when you start seeing that you've got these scraps that, you know, start looking quite small really, go and grab them and start making them into shapes, because if you have them on hand to use, you can't go wrong, and you will pick them up and find a use for them. I tend to go with rectangles or then punched circles and stuff, and I do definitely use them. Right, so I've got those on there. I'm going to place this over here like that. That was my intention. And look at that already. If you go and make yourself a pile of these sorts of things, you'll find you'll be able to pull them in and stick them onto your projects like what we're doing now. Right, I did go and get a die cut, another one. This is like a purple shade, and I wanted to put that underneath here. So I'm going to just put some glue on this one. Right, I want to just grip that there and then see where exactly I'm going to have that about there. So I want to have this going just over here like that. Okay. Again, cut out a load of these so that I can always just use them. Right, it's time to stick this one down now. I think I'm going to use my fabric tack, which I've had in the upright position, upside down position, I should say. Sounds like a aerostess. Put your trays in the upright position. Right, let's get that all down, and a bit on the fabric. Scraps of fabric make great additions and change the texture, and you know, I just love it all. Right, these little clusters are really handy. Okay, we get that down there. Right, it's looking good and nice with the darker tea stained paper. My daughter made this darker paper for me when she was helping me about a year ago, and I never used it. I thought, oh gosh, that's too dark for me, but I have pulled out pieces to use in this sort of situation, which is great. Okay, again, I've just used one of my fussy cuts from my background paper. I'm just being mindful of where this is going to close, so I wanted to get it on the end there. So I think that's sort of the place for it. So we'll just stick that down there quickly. Yeah, like that. I think that's great. Yeah. And I did have this little bliss which I showed you, which I took from a scrap of old book page, and I thought I was going to just put it somewhere. I'm not sure where really, if it shouldn't put it on that side here. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. Better with a bit of colour behind it, I think. Okay. And then we'll just stick that over there. Right, so nothing's covered up. Everything is looking fab. I've stuck those bits on there. We are good to go. Right, so we've got 2 of these. It's just a case of now you want to put this into one of your book pages. So let me grab the signature. I've just done, I've grabbed my signature. I've stuck the 2 bits back to back there from the little Velcro dots on each one of those. I'm going to stick this down now like that and press it, let it glue and do its thing, and this one as well, it'll find the place that it needs to be. So we've got our little closures on there now, and then I've just grabbed some more scrappy bits to stick on each of these. So I'm going to put, I think, these 2 over here, put that one underneath and that one on top, just to cover a little bit more of that. So we'll do that, and then we'll stick it into our journal. You know, these would make great little happy mails as well if you put them nice and flat into a envelope. They're not very thick, so you know, it'll make a great happy mail as well. Brighten somebody's day, and they can stick it into their journal. So you know, lots of fun. Okay, so we've got that one there, and I'm going to just stick that one that way. So you've got just a little bit sticking out, and I might even end up putting, I'm going to put that on there, you know. I'm going to do it. It sort of finishes it off. I didn't plan to do that, but you know, it's lying there, and I thought, yes, that's perfect. That's just what I need. A little bit of black on there. So we're going to just do that. How cute is that? And then the same with this one. We're going to just stick down a little bit of that, and then a little bit of that. This one looks a bit long, so I'm going to just take it off right there. And we'll stick that down. Right. So look what you can do with some book pages or a piece of tea stain paper that wasn't quite the right colour for my liking. Or any piece of paper, you know, you can take a plain piece of paper, stencil on it, do whatever you choose. The choices are all yours. I hope this inspires you to give this a try. I've had fun with this, and I think I'd be making some more. Now, just to make the base, you know, the actual bit that looks like this, you could make a load of those and have them on hand for all different sorts of journal ideas there. Right, I just want to grab a little butterfly for that one. So we'll grab a little butterfly here. Which one do we want? I think, I'm not sure that's the right one for that. Let's put it on. No problems. Don't think about it too much is my motto. Otherwise, you know, you'll be chopping and changing your mind. Just go with the first thing that you see. Otherwise, I used to spend ages overthinking these things. How lovely is that? I love it. I love it. Right, now, move those out of the way for a little bit. I'm using the signature, which we've been working on. I think I'm going to go with this page right here, this lace one. I'm just going to move it out the way. I'm going to turn it like that. You can stencil on there if you want. You can put whatever you fancy on there. I'm going to, because that's a purple page, I thought I'd go with the darker one just here, and I'm putting it so that this can open. Please open nicely. I'm going to get the glue to set, you know, on that side. So I'm going to put some goodies in there in a mo. I want to just hold it at the top here and put some glue on there. So I'm going to just use this art glitter glue that's next to me here. I think double-sided tape would work a charm too. So you want to just get some glue. Don't go too close to the edge, it oozes out, and it leaves ugly marks when they don't go where you want it to go, the glue. Right, now you don't want to keep it as far over as I can on this side, so I'm going to go a little bit higher. You could put 2 of these on a page, you could, but I've made this like a pocket on all sides, really. There we go, there's that one. And before I put it back, I'm just going to open it. And we've got lots of little hidey spaces here. So let's grab the ephemera that I have on the side at the top here. So I thought I could put one of my this is from my ephemera pack for the Book Lovers Journal. I've stuck that there, so hopefully this fits in there. It does. I've got that thumb notch there just for that. You can put it in there, or alternatively you could put it in here. So or both, whatever you feel. All right, I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to leave that for something else. Okay, then I have got just a few bits, but some's for the other one. I'm going to put one in here, so that fits, and I'm going to put yeah, we can do that, can't we? And then we can put this in here. Okay, so that's ample. I'm not putting ribbons on so that it does lie flat. And as I said, you've got a spare space to put something in there as well. I'm not going to do it, but just to show you. All right, and then you can either put another piece like this, or a tag. Let me grab a tag for you. Or you could put 2 bits in there like that. How cute is that? And that's our little project for today, thanks to Julie. Thank you, Julie. I was really inspired by this, and I love how it turned out. So I really thank you so much for that great idea and sharing it. Okay, everyone, I hope that you're going to give this a try. I'm going to keep this one and stick it into the other signature. This now can go back into its place like this, back into its thingy like that. And there's the other one we did, which is ready to go. And I'll love and leave you. Go and enjoy yourself. Go and have some Sunday crafting fun. Go and have a look at all the ladies that are putting together some great tips and shares and hacks and everything, tricks, I forgot that one, for you, because it's great fun and I'm thoroughly enjoying watching them, so I know that you're going to love it too. All right, everyone, I'll say my goodbyes, talking too much now. I'll see you on Tuesday with another little video, so stay well. Bye-bye.